From offensively, Stretch Creedle has really impressed for the young guys. He's mature beyond his years in terms of from playing ability and learning the offense and learning the system, and then actually being able to go and play at a high level and compete and push that veteran group. Johnny Richardson has impressed. Goody, Demarius Good is, for a young back, has really stepped into that role and has done a really, really good job. The young lineman, Matt Lee, still you would say young, but has done an incredible job of stepping in and has really been one of our best guys up there. Looks like a veteran and has practiced like a veteran and really sets a really physical tone up front for us. The other young O-linemen, Pat Barnett and, Mike Lofton, those guys have really, really impressed. We've put a lot on their plate and they've taken it and ran with it. Amari Johnson's another young guy that has really impressed early. But we're really excited about the young guys. The good thing is some of those guys are going to have to come in and help right away. Some we're preparing like they are, and we'll see where we are as we go. We've put a huge emphasis on building depth with all the uncertainty and unknowns that we're facing right now. And we've prepared those guys like they got to go play, and we'll see what happens here. Luckily, we got just over 2 weeks before we have to actually go strap it on, and it matters.
Marius, we call him Goody. Call him Goody in the running back room, and really I think it's caught on with the rest of the team. But he's growing up. He's growing up a lot. He doesn't look like the same guy he was last year as a true freshman. He's learned a lot about what we're doing, how things are done, how to operate to earn your way on that field. Of course, those young guys, especially, they suffer from not having, a real off season and a spring ball. But I've been really pleased with what I've seen from him. Obviously, there's always room for improvement with all those guys from top to bottom, but I think Goody's coming along really, really well. So as far as Johnny Richardson, spark plug, ton of energy. Obviously, what everyone has seen, and I know you guys haven't had a chance to get out there, but he's really, really talented. And so, again, trying to bring him up to speed and catch him up on what we're doing and how we do it and how to operate at this level versus the high school level. But been really pleased with the young talent we have in that room. I think, future looks bright. Future might be now. So all those guys are competing. Got a bunch of competition in that room. Again, it's been a ton of energy, and just like the rest of our team, really getting through the dog days of a fall camp type setting to get ready to go play ball. I think guys that have stood out all over the place with the guys that we no one's heard of quite yet. I think what we saw in recruiting is what we're seeing, with some of those young guys. Josiah Cradle is a guy that has really stood out as far as, when you have a guy in high school, you wonder how long it's going to take to translate to our field. He's a really good young guy that I think going to hear a lot from here. He's had a really good camp. Some of the younger guys that have stood out, Ryan O'Keefe has done a really good job. He played a little bit last year, but he's really, really matured and developed. I've got Jalen Robinson has really stood out and developed. There's been a ton of development in that wide receiver room. Those guys are coming along really well. Amari Johnson, Kayvon Ahmad, Jay Harris, and then the other guys, Marlon Williams is getting better. Trey Nixon has been unbelievable. So I think got a lot of really good depth, a lot of good young depth, and I'm excited about it. I really am. Got some good. We got a couple of new tight ends in there. They're learning, and we're building depth all over the place in our offensive line. There's been some young guys that have really come along, that have done really well. Matt Lee, Lokaihi, a lot of really, really bright spots. What's going on there now. It's just a matter of getting these guys ready to play. Here in about a little over 2 weeks.